Generally, Vedanta, or the religions in general, don't prescribe any particular form of meditation or give the same technique to everyone. Emphasizing the self, it recommends different methods relative to the level and temperament of each person and according to his or her unique nature and life circumstances. You're going to want to find a technique that works best for you. Focusing on the breath, focusing on the hum of the Om. These are all very common and easy to do. One meditation I like to do is focus on the sounds around me. When I was living in the city, this was a lot easier. The cars honking. Believe it or not, the things that can drive you nuts can prove for a good meditation. Cars honking, all sorts of craziness going on. Now, recently I'd moved out to the countryside, and listening to the sounds around me, it takes a little longer for me to hear sounds, but there is just as much going on. There are birds chirping. There's wind blowing. There's creaks in my house. The heating system goes off. Listening to a bird is really beneficial because a lot of birds don't really chirp to a standard rhythm. So one technique is to listen to the bird and try to predict when the next chirp is going to come. He chirps. You focus on the silence. He's going to chirp again when you don't expect it. Another similar technique is to focus on your thoughts and say, all right, what is the next thought that's going to arise in my head? And keep focused on what's going on in your head. Intensely waiting for the next thought to come. You'd be surprised when you practice this that a thought may not come out around the corner. It may take a while for a thought to come because you actually have to be distracted for thoughts to manifest. If you're focusing, waiting for the next thought to arise, you're actually in a state of liberation. So, because each person is different, even though we are one and the same on a molecular level, each person, once we get into complex individual beings, are different. Different methodologies will work for each person, and I do suggest, just like Eckhart Tolle does, to change things up so you're not stuck on one methodology. So because of this, it's hard to characterize meditation. And it defies any stereotype. There's no standard formula for it. However, there are a number of common approaches that we talked about. Meditation is not only diverse, but generally private, emphasizing individual practice more than group practice, although group practice is beneficial for several other reasons. You may not actually get some level of self-awareness during group practice, but it provides other benefits. Now, Buddhist meditation aims to return to the natural state of the mind, which is regarded as the enlightened state. This occurs through negating the self or ego and awakening the Buddha mind. Vedanta, on the other hand, is based on a clear distinction between the mind, which is regarded as a product of ignorance or maya, and the self, which transcends the mind. A Vedantic way is to dissolve the mind into the self, which is our true nature, beyond the mind and its conditioning.